Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. Kellen here with Droid Life. Got in front of me the LG G Watch R. So yes, this is LG's premium round Android Wear smartwatch. Basically the watch that is in direct competition with the Moto 360. Again, it's round, so it's supposed to look like a traditional watch, not one of these square sort of calculator-esque watches that we saw originally introduced over the last couple of years with smartwatches. So yeah, this is their premium take on a smartwatch. It will be available fairly soon globally. It's already available in Korea. So what we're looking at inside is that 1.2 gigahertz Snapdragon 400 processor, so much more current processor than what's in the Moto 360. You also have a plastic OLED display, which is new. So plastic OLED, we're hoping that means it's fairly durable and also sips power rather than sucks power. You've got 512 megabytes of RAM. You've got 4 gig storage, sort of the traditional Android Wear numbers there. It's also IP67 water and dust resistant though. 410 milliamp hour battery. This one has a heart rate monitor, unlike the original G Watch. And so yeah, we're gonna take a look. Thought we'd unbox it, throw it on, talk about it a little bit, and let you guys see what this bad boy looks like in hand. If you follow our site, you'll notice, or you'll know that we didn't go to IFA. We typically don't go to IFA, and that's where this watch was actually unveiled. So this is my first time with it, so I'm kind of excited. In the box, user guide, another little guide there. Here is the watch. So I'm actually going to set it down for a second. Also in the box, there's another little guide there, but here's your charging plate. So the Moto 360 has wireless charging, Qi wireless charging. You can put it on any Qi charger and it will work. The G Watch R, you can see the pins right there. So it's charged via pin plate, which isn't terrible. It's better than having to attach an adapter like Samsung does with its smartwatches. Basically, you just lay the device on there and it will charge. So not a big deal there. Obviously Euro charger, since the device is not available in the US yet. USB cable there. So that's pretty much your unboxing. Here is the watch, and let's pull it out of the cardboard. So there is the LG G Watch R. Not gonna lie, it looks a little bigger than I expected. So again, you have this what's said to be a premium, I believe it's even calf skin or something like that, leather band. Doesn't feel bad. It's better than the plastic rubbery thing they put on the original G Watch. But yeah, you have a metal casing, water and dust resistance, and you have the sort of classic timepiece, minute indicators going around, the sort of sport watch look, and there is your round display. So you also have a button that looks like a dial over here to sort of give it that classic watch look. Only comes in black. So the Moto 360 comes in black and silver. So you can kind of be a little more versatile there. Let's hold the power button down now and power this guy on. Hopefully it's got some juice. So there is that round display. And again, plastic OLED. This is one of the first times we've seen plastic OLED. I believe they used one in the G Flex, which was their curved device, but we haven't really seen them use it in anything else since then. So we'll let this boot up, and we'll begin pairing, so that we can see what this looks like. If you look at the back side, here are the pins, and then there is your heart rate sensor as well. So nice that they threw that in. The Gear Live and the Moto 360 both have heart rate sensors, so it's nice that they threw that in. But battery life should be fairly good on this with that plastic OLED display and coupled with that Snapdragon 400 processor. So let's go ahead and see if we can pair this. G Watch R connecting. Yep, pair. All right, so pairing it with the Z3 compact. So this is what it looks like while it's doing this. This is what it looks like on wrist. So fairly big watch, not going to lie. Fairly big and not quite as forming to your wrist, I wouldn't say, as maybe the 360, or maybe the 360 just lays a little bit nicer. So you can see what it looks like on wrist there, but definitely big. I was going to do a separate comparison video of the 360 to the G Watch R, but here they are side by side. So you can kind of get a look at the size. And sitting next to each other, they don't necessarily look that much different in size, but the G Watch R, you have this extra sort of piece down here. Whereas the Moto 360, you just have that round watch. you have this extra sort of piece of metal on top and bottom of the G Watch R, which adds that sort of extra thickness, which is sort of what I mean where it doesn't lay as nicely on your wrist unless you have a really big wrist, which I don't necessarily have. So that's still taking its sweet time pairing. You will notice that the display is a perfectly round circle. I think we'll pull the 360 out again. So you have, that people are calling it the black bar, the flat tire look on the 360, which is where the ambient light sensor is housed. You obviously don't have that here on the G Watch R. You have a perfect circle. So this is what colors and things like that look like on it. This is obviously the walkthrough intro setup for Android R. But I'm not going to lie, the perfectly full rounded circle is kind of nice to see on there. We're big fans of the Moto 360, but now that you see sort of that full circle there, I'm not going to lie, it's kind of nice. So let's see. If we go into settings here, as I'm going through all of these that it's pulling in from my phone, let's go into settings here. Also, I don't think I mentioned this, but there is no GPS in this device, which is a little surprising. So let's go into settings, and you can just kind of see basic Android Wear setup here. This should get an update to 4.4 W.2 very soon, if it doesn't have it available already. Nope. So we'll give this thing some run. We'll give it a test. We'll review it, check out battery life, see if there's anything we like or dislike against the Moto 360, which in our opinion is still sort of the king of Android Wear watches. For those familiar, or I'm sorry, for those looking for this, here is thickness. So again, you can just see the width this way, how much bigger it is than the 360 because of that extra stuff. The band, it's definitely not as soft as the Moto 360 band, which could be good or bad. The softness, maybe that will wear out faster than the stiffness over here. Hopefully this loosens up over time. I'm not going to lie, it doesn't feel as premium as the one on the 360. 360 again uses Horween leather. Doesn't look bad though. Definitely not my personal taste in watch style, but hey, it might be for a lot of you. I know a number of you thought this device looked really, really good. And I'm not going to say it looks bad. It's just not necessarily my preference in watch. But we'll give it some run and we'll give it a review and see. I think the battery life is going to be awesome, and so it's going to come down to that and the display and overall look. So anyways, G Watch R. If you guys have any comments or questions, want us to test anything in particular, compare anything in particular, we can certainly do that. For now though, we are Droid Life. We're out. Peace.